back at it again, baby, and we got another one with Joe Rogan and Candace Owens. Let's dive in.
Looked at human beings from 3,000 years ago to human beings of today. We're moving in a general direction of a much more positive culture.
Right,
and
but it doesn't feel like that.
Does to me.
To me, it does too.
Racism is negative. We both agree, right?
Right, 100%. But it can't be depleted.
But don't you think it can be shunned out of society slowly but surely if people realize there's repercussions for racism?
Repercussions, but then you're operating from a fear. That doesn't mean that you're not racist because you're afraid to say it.
No, but people realize that it hurts people's feelings. It causes all sorts of issues and. No.
Human beings, especially when they're in, and I've learned this all the time, when they're in a spot where they're fundamentally unhappy, it's very easy for them to lash out.
It is.
And so if you find someone who's just miserable, right?
It goes back to that saying, hurt people, hurt people. Hurt individuals, hurt other people. And Candace Owens just basically verified that statement.
To lash out.
It is.
And so if you find someone who's just miserable, right? Who doesn't, have
misery loves company,
the career, the girl, whatever it is, that person is much more likely to say something that's vitriolic, and that's the human condition. Like, you're not happy, so you lash out at someone else.
I agree with you.
Misery loves company, 100%.
But don't you think that human beings in general are less racist today? Certainly less racist publicly in America than 1950.
Oh my gosh, yes,
right?
no questions asked.
So
America
68 years ago.
Yeah.
If we go back 68 years ago, the world has changed for the better today.
100% in terms of like the social progress that we've made, especially in America.
Do you think it's possible that 68 years from now we could at least come very close to eradicating racism?
That's a very good question. So if you're talking about just America?
So. Yes. Well, let's just go with America because let's just wrap it up because I don't know what the fuck's going on in China or
I think it will always exist, even if you completely shame people. Like you I believe Candace Owens mentioned it earlier. You may not see it outwardly, but people might speak about it in the privacy of their own home where they may not say it out loud. But I think that'll always be there, unfortunately. But I don't know. Y'all let me know.
Wherever.
I don't know.
There's some places where racism is just deep.
Yeah, it's
seated, and they
deep-seated.
accept
It's never going to go away.
Yeah.
So that's why I say racism
I don't know,
never
can't go away
because
but
they change it up. Because then they'll say Americans are racist towards Muslims, right? When you say that you're going to do the Muslim ban from certain countries, and that's also considered like racism, and not just national security, right? So everything sort of becomes racism. So the problem with racism is nobody knows what it means anymore.
Well,
everything's racist. You could the Starbucks situation, which to me was not racist, was racist. Is that racism?
The Starbucks
we have to define
wasn't
racism.
Racist. You don't think that was racist?
No, I don't think that was racist. I live in Philly.
So you think if those were white dudes hanging out in Starbucks, not buying anything, just sitting down, mind their own business, that they would have got fucked with the same exact energy?
Okay, so let's play a different picture. So first off, I live in Philadelphia. I'm not kidding. I wonder if sometimes when I'm there, I'm like, I wonder if any white people live here. Like Philadelphia is 44% black, not just excluding Hispanic, 44% black. It's unbelievable. Everyone who works in my building, everyone's black. It's like the weirdest thing. I'm like, this is a very black city, right? Mm-hmm. It's a bizarre city to be outright racist in. Like, you're dealing with black people all day. So you remove that, and then you think, to me, and I've seen this happen tons of times, is it possible, right, that this guy was just on a power trips happen. I've seen it happen at the most bizarre places, and I'm like, all right, at the airport the other day, this woman gave me absolute hell at TSA. I mean, it was I can't even recapitulate. It was just absolute hell. I could have walked away and said she was racist and she randomly selected my bag 22 times to go through and made me go through and miss my flight, right? Or she was having a bad day and she was power tripping, And when people have these little positions, it's like that movie where they go doorman, and they have these little positions like the manager of Starbucks, and you're having an off day, and these two kids that could have easily said, oh, I'll buy a cookie, right? Common decency, by the way, even for me, if I go use a bathroom at Starbucks, I'll just freaking buy a cookie or a little juice box or water, just something that makes me feel, all right, it's a little more civilized if I just buy something, even though I'm just here to use the bathroom. So on both ends.
What if you got to pee real bad and there's a line?
Right, you go and then I'll probably sprint to the bathroom and then buy something afterwards. I do that. It's like a natural thing. Like it's a little more.
Now, because of these guys, you could just be a homeless person, take a shower in the toillet.
It's because of outrage culture. It's an outrage culture. It's insane. Like my cousin, who's half Mexican, half black, had to go through this training, and she works for Starbucks. It's to me, it's just insane. It's like, is it possible that this guy was power tripping? These kids were being like, they could have just bought something and it could have been resolved. But you have two people that are being stubborn and taking it to as far as possible. Talk about like hall monitor, like, these are the rules, and it just got too far.
Well,
that could be a perspective.
That is possible, but it's also possible that they were racially selected.
Yeah.
That someone was racist.
Yeah.
I mean, if those are the company rules, then those are the company rules. If you have to, if the company rule is that in order to sit in our facility or our restaurant, you have to purchase something, then that's just the rule. The guy behind the counter was following the rule. Now, if you can point to me a situation where, there's other people in there that have done the exact same thing and he only pointed out the black people, all right, you might have a little bit of a point. But even then, it doesn't necessarily mean that he's racist. But I don't know the entire situation. If you know the situation they're speaking about, please let me know in the comment section.
I looked at them and they said, these guys are black.
Yeah,
they're
I think
probably
it's
up
just
to no
a hard.
good. We don't want them sitting around here not buying anything.
How long were they sitting there again for? Could you remind me?
I don't know. Weren't they just waiting for their friend too? The whole thing didn't make any sense.
Yeah, but how long were they sitting there for? Because
I want to say 45 minutes, but that's like until the cops got there. Like they probably weren't. I mean, how long does it take to get the cops to come in Philly?
Right. So I'm just like, if you were sitting there, I don't know. I've never called the cops in Philly, but I do know that like Philly is it's a very black city.
Yeah, I go to Philly all the time. It's
a very black city. I was there with Dave Rubin and
Jordan Peterson.
Yeah, I opened for them, and it's
opened for them. You do stand up. What are you doing?
Yeah, I should do stand up. I'd be good at it.
You think?
I'm funny.
Come out tonight. I'll get you up.
I'll do it. Oh wait, no, I can't because I have I'm going.
Candace Owens doing some stand up. I might be interested. Do you see Candace as being funny? If I had to pick, I'm gonna say it would be trash. She's I love her debates. You don't mess with Candace in a debate. But if I had to pick if she would be good or trash, I would say trash as a comedian. But let me know how y'all feel. Do you think she would be good or bad? Let me know.
To Wyoming right after this.
Yeah. Do you have any ideas of what you would talk about if you went on stage?
I don't know. I would be really funny though. I'm like randomly really funny.
Randomly.
I'm good at voices.
Not when people pay.
No, I would be really good. Like I do really good voices. Like really good. Like I'm funny.
I'm inclined to believe that most people think they would do really good at stand up, but they eat shit on stage.
It's hard. Yeah, because they get nervous. Yeah, well, I could see that. It could be just like, I'm not funny anymore.
It seems
I probably would be like a drinker if I was on stage. I feel like I would be like that like stereotypical comedian that just gets completely sloshed and goes out on stage.
Just to try to loosen up the vibes.
Yeah, I think it's a really hard thing to try to be funny in front of like a sold out room.
I think it's important to be objective, and I think it's important to look at something for what it really is. And I think it's highly possible that Starbucks thing was racist.
I see. I think it's
highly
just,
possible that
I think
it wasn't.
It's just as. Yeah, it's just as.
Possible,
but because of outrage culture, here we are. It's got to be racist. It's like, yes, the chances, I'm just telling you, like, so a lot of black people that come in. I work from the Starbucks. I'm writing a book. I work from Starbucks all over Philadelphia. That's like what I do, right? And it's just I don't know if there's any white people in Philadelphia. I'm constantly trying to find.
There definitely are. Like, I did a show there recently.
Yeah,
a lot of white people.
What area of town were you in?
Oh, was it in the Tower Theater?
That's where we were.
Yeah, it was a lot of
inside
black
your
people.
thing, but they probably commuted.
Oh, yeah, they did.
Yeah,
that drive
but
to the
outside
Tower Theater
where that is, yeah, it's all black people. True or false? Yeah, so it's a bizarre place. Thank you. Yeah, it's rough. It's really rough, and that's what people don't understand. I'm like, dude, like it's a weird place to come to if you're racist. It's really hard to be racist in Philadelphia because everyone's black. Like it's like
we went to the movies once and we saw Planet of the Apes actually, ironically, in a really black neighborhood, and then I was there for the UFC. And it was me and my friend Tommy from Connecticut, and we were looking for somewhere to go, and we went to this super black neighborhood, and it was a fucking blast. These people, it was hilarious because I never go to all black movie theaters, but they were yelling shit at the screen. I mean, it became like. There was the audience that was entertaining, and then there was the movie entertaining. Like there's one scene in the movie where the Planet of the Apes what was the guy's name? Caesar got mad. He's like, oh.
I'm sorry, but if I'm watching the movie, I'm gonna have to ask you to be quiet. I came to watch the movie and not you. Now, maybe if I'm drunk or something, it'll be funny. But if I'm there just to watch a movie and a bunch of people are yelling and screaming in the movie theater, hey, I'm gonna need y'all to be quiet unless y'all got some shots for me or something. Pour up where the bottle at, you know? But that's just me. Y'all let me know.
Oh, you fucked up now?
Yeah, always.
Like,
yeah.
And
it's so vocal.
And we were barbecued. We were high out of our mind. So the whole thing was like extra hilarious.
Black culture, this is the thing. It's so funny because so much of what I do is inspired by this. It's just like people like this, I guess, presentation of Black people in the media. It actually gets me mad because to me, and I could be biased, I think Black people are like the most like funny, like we're so funny, so endearing. Like when I'm around my cousins, like there's not a better time that I can have than when I'm around my family. We're not easily offended, right? We're constantly making fun of each other, making fun of other people. Like,
that is a perfect example of my family. If you ever come around my family, you are getting roasted. You getting made fun of. That's just what we do. And it's not something that, you know, where we want to hurt each other, but it's just for laughs and giggles. Like you are guaranteed to laugh if you come around my family. You guaranteed to get made fun of. So if you got a thin skin, then you probably wouldn't want to come around if you got a thin skin. Y'all let me know. Do you guys do the same thing around when you're with your family? It's always a thing with mine. We always joking and laughing with each other, about each other. It's always a good time. But y'all let me know.
There's
so
no
how
one
do you
meaner.
think Black people are portrayed?
Like victims. Like everything upsets us. Like we feel so oppressed. And I'm like, this is not like the Black community that I grew up in my family. And it's also not the Black community that's just like who we celebrate. Like I was watching, was it Chris Rock stand up, Bigger and Blacker? I watched that like from 1994. Classic. Like it is like the stuff that he said, he could never say today. Just like because that is Black culture. Like he went there on every single race, every single culture, made fun of everybody, and it was beautiful. It was perfection. It was a sold out Apollo theater. He comes out and the first thing he says is like racial. He's like, "Oh, white people in the back today." You know what I mean?
Right.
And everyone gets up and starts cheering, and then he starts making fun of Black people about things that we need to fix. Right? He's using he's being funny, but he's also saying stuff that's real, talking about that baby mama culture and the difference between like the white community. He's talking about school shootings. It had just like maybe was Columbine that just happened, and he starts talking about that, and nobody was sensitive. Nobody in the audience was going, the NRA. You know what I mean? Like,
man, do I miss those days, man. Sheesh, bring the good comedy back, please. If you know me, you know I like dark humor. I like dark humor, like the humor that most people, I feel, or a good portion of people, would find very, very offensive. That's the type of humor I like. I don't know. I just think that stuff is funny. I don't know why people get so offended about jokes. That has just never registered to me. I want to bring dark humor, dark comedy back where we make fun of anybody and everybody. I don't care about your skin color, white, black, blue, purple, tall, short, fat, skinny. You getting roasted. You getting made fun of. If you are here, you getting made fun of, you know? That's the comedy that I like. Everybody getting roasted and getting mean, you know, getting deep with the roast. But that's just me. I don't know. Y'all let me know how you feel about your comedy in the comment section. But yeah, I'm not easily offended. I got some thick skin, which is probably the reason why I like the dark humor kind of stuff. I got thick skin, so it don't bother me. Like I'm like in tears, literal tears, because the stuff is so funny. But that's just me. Y'all let me know how you feel about it in the comment section below. Like, share, comment, and of course, hit that subscribe button before you go. White, black, blue, purple. We all a family, baby. Peace and love. I'm out.